Yeah, I understand, Mr. White. No, Mr. White. Yes, Mr. White. Yes, I will have my article on your desk, lickety-split. Yes, sir, I know that no one says lickety-split anymore. Although you do still say Great Caesar's Ghost, which is a bit of a throwback. No, yes, sir, I'm very aware that we are not talking about you. Right. Yes, sir. Yes, I will have that to you. Hello?
Hang on, we're hearing of a possible explosion aboard the Venture.
Here's all we know at this time. There are over 200 people aboard the craft. There are no further details, but keep it right here and we'll continue to bring you the very latest.
We can only hope wherever he is, he's seeing this.
I pray she's watching this.
She is.
Mayday, mayday, we have experienced a hull breach and catastrophic engine failure. Supergirl.
Need a hand?
Hey, cuz.
It's good to see you.
This looks like a job for the both of us.
Absolutely.
But it was awesome! I dreamt of this moment. Both of us teaming up. You didn't tell me that you know Clark Kent.
I'm with her.
Did I have anything in my teeth? Your cousin smells terrific. Enough.
This is my cousin, Superman.
I have a million questions. How do you shave?
Breathe. In order to live, we must keep daring.
We're moving back to Gotham.
It doesn't bother you that I got top credit on this one, does it? Not even a little bit?
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So a whole bunch of new Supergirl Season 2 Superman footage, so let's break it down. A lot of good stuff in this, but if you didn't catch it, they name dropped Gotham at like the very end of this. We're moving back to Gotham. So we know Batman is in here somewhere, and this is Supergirl's Earth. She's still on a different Earth from Barry and Oliver. So both of those shows have mentioned Batman related things, so Batman is in here somewhere. Batman is in the multiverse, of course he exists. But the way they're presenting this version of Superman seems like he hasn't been Superman for more than like 5 or 6 years, not that long in the grand scheme of things. Usually, like if you read him in the comics now, he's been Superman for a long time. The Earth has been through numerous catastrophe that he's saved it from, so everybody's like, oh yeah, it's Superman, like it's no big deal that you run into him on the street. But the way everybody reacts to him is just hilarious. This is his first time on TV in a long time, so naturally you have to have a moment like this where you introduce him as a god among men. So they'll have like the really fun moment, then they'll have the conflict of the episode. The initial conflict, obviously, that brings them together is this space shuttle crash that they both see from their cities. Clark in Metropolis talking to Perry White. Nobody talks like that anymore. Wow, that is a deep cut. You can definitely see a lot of the Richard Donner, Christopher Reeve Superman in this, so I think it'll be much closer to the tone of that than it'll be to the tone of the modern DC movies. So if you have friends that aren't really sure what's going on with this version of Superman, make sure you explain to them that this is Richard Donner, Christopher Reeve type Superman. We're not talking about Snyderverse Superman. This Superman actually has some personality in him. Not to say that I don't like Henry Cavill's version of Superman, I just feel like they're working towards a Superman that has a personality, they just haven't got there yet. Like the way they talked about the changes they've made to the Justice League movie, like they were always going to get to that optimistic, hopeful version of Superman, but now they're getting there that much faster because of the response to the DC movies so far. We get a little tease for Lena Luthor, Luthor Corp. She's going to be a really important figure in season 2, but not necessarily the main antagonist. I think it's a bit of a misdirect. You would naturally expect someone from Luthor Corp to be the main villain of any Supergirl or Superman story, but that's Cadmus Labs. Metallo is going to be like the big bad of this first opener with Superman. He's not anywhere in here, but really this is just meant to set up the team up. Like, this is what happens to bring them together. This is what the tone is going to feel like. But Metallo shows up, shit gets real, they throw down big time. So they've already talked a lot more about what's going on with Superman this season, about how he and Supergirl are going to butt heads a little bit because he has his own idea about how justice should be served. She has her own idea too. It's kind of the same thing with The Flash season 3. You have the Wally West Flash now. You have Barry calling him Kid Flash. Even Iris West in that Flash trailer is like, listen to Barry Wally. He's the Flash. As if Wally is like the junior version of the Flash, so he's going to be kind of resentful of that. Kara might feel a little resentful for Superman because the world does hold him up as this god, and she's only just been on the scene, so she hasn't really had the big victories that Superman has. But other big things that we see in this, we get a little tease for Miss Martian here with the Martian Manhunter scene. Miss Martian is going to be an older character, so she's not going to be like young Justice age Miss Martian. She'll have more parity with adult Martian Manhunter. Then there's Mon-El, who they've also teased is going to be something of an antagonist with Kara. He comes from Daxam and has a bit more of a Kryptonian sensibility, I think just the way they've teased him. So Kara and Clark have both kind of been Americanized, like they've been living on the Earth for so long that they just assimilated the culture. That is not the case with Mon-El. So he's going to be somewhere between, say, like Zod's followers, like imagine how hardcore they are, like they want to subjugate the Earth, in Kara and Clark. So they're doing way more comic book stuff, and I think they're holding back less. I think the tendency in season 1 was to kind of water down a lot of the genre stuff, make it really easy to follow for people that had absolutely no idea what's going on with the characters. Now, I don't think that's as big a concern, because who does not understand who Superman and Supergirl are? Even if you haven't read comics, you still kind of get the character. So just expect them to do less hand-holding, which is kind of frustrating because it's like, okay, let's get to the good stuff. Show me how crazy you can get. And speaking of crazy, I'll do a separate video for this because there's new Arrow footage for Arrow Season 5, but they've been teasing the 100th episode with a bunch of different pictures. Stephen Amell, amongst the pictures that he's been posting, posted this, him just casually sitting on this park bench next to Deathstroke in full armor. And the funny thing about it is that it's just like a really sunny day, everything looks really nice, so you're like, what, are they having like a picnic together? What's going on? I have absolutely no idea. So whatever is happening in the 100th episode, Deathstroke is going to be a part of it. So hell yeah, but I'll talk more about that when I do my Arrow video tomorrow. So what's going to happen is there is a new Gotham episode tonight. They're debuting the new Poison Ivy. So that video will post in the morning. Then I'll do that Arrow trailer video. There'll probably be some new Flash footage. There'll be a lot of new trailers this week just because everything is coming back next week. But the only exceptions to that are Supergirl and Legends of Tomorrow. They're in 2 weeks. So I'll just remind people as I post DC videos. So let me know in the comments though, what are you most excited about for Supergirl Season 2? I feel like it's going to be so much more fun for comic book people this year. It's going to be some super deep cuts, so it'll be fun to do Easter egg videos. But if you guys didn't know, the Flash Season 2 giveaway is still going on. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. It's just a gift certificate for the value of the Season 2 Blu-ray. So just a quick heads up, if you guys have been having trouble with the end cards that I've been using lately, like the new end cards, these are what YouTube says the requirements are. They're probably slowly rolling it out to every other platform. So like if you have a Windows phone or if you're in a browser that they don't support, they'll probably get there eventually. But if you are having problems, just switch to one of these browsers if you're on desktop, or you can always check the descriptions for the links that I talk about. So when I'm pointing to cards at the end of videos, those links are down below in the description. While you guys wait for that to post, you can click here for the last big Flash Season 3 trailer I posted, and you can click here for the big Luke Cage trailer I posted this morning. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.